Hello everyone, welcome to another video. On this one here we're going to be focusing on an older emulator called ZSNES. Now the reason I'm showing you guys this one is this is an emulator that'll run really good on I guess you could say lower end systems that are like more than 5 years old. You should be able to run this without a problem. The other thing I'm going to show you is this emulator is capable of recording AVI files, which is kind of cool because that way if you have a lower end system and let's say you did want to put videos on YouTube and you don't have the capability with the computer of doing the higher end videos, you'll be able to do this and you should not have a problem. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead to our browser and we have 3 download links in the description. So let's go to the emulator website first. We're going to go ahead and click on this spot right here, official release. You're going to download that from here, put that in your downloads folder. We're going to switch over to the other page, which is the M player for Windows. We're going to click on download that to your system. Same thing with the third link. This is for the layman coder. This will allow you to put the record with the audio in the game and compress it. So we're going to go ahead and download this one right here. Try to stick with the 32 win one in case anything you get some kind of plugin in the future, some kind of change, and it doesn't work with the 64. You'll be using the 32, so you should be fine. So go ahead and get all those 3 downloaded to your directory. We're going to go ahead and open our folders here. So try and have one with the location where you want to put the files and the download folder where you have the files already present. So let's go ahead and start with the emulator. Right click, extract to the name of the file, so it creates a folder as always. We got that. We're going to do the same thing with this one and the same thing with the third file. So we're going to go ahead and do the emulator first. We're going to drag those files into the folder where you want to put the emulator. So we'll go ahead and put those in there. Same thing with the other files. So once you're done, you should have something that looks like this. Make sure you leave everything as is. Try not to move any files around. You may have an issue when you try to use it. And I'm doing this from scratch again because I already have another location where it's working. So let's get to through this together. So we're going to go ahead and have all the files here. So now we're ready to go ahead and launch this. Now you do need to have some ROMs to get this to work. So what I'm going to do is stop this real quick, fast forward, and get a ROM in here. Alright, so I went ahead and created a folder, named it ROMs, and I do have the Super Mario ROM in there. So what you're going to want to do is just the same thing. Right click, new folder, create a folder, name it ROMs, and then place that ROM inside that folder. And then once we're have all this set up, we're going to go ahead and launch this. Now with Windows 10, a lot of people reported bugs. Sometimes it happens to me too. If you launch this and it seems to be running slow, you're going to go ahead and hit the tab and alt key, make the program jump out, jump back in, and it should reach the regular speed. So we're going to go ahead and set up the things on here one by one. So basically, this is for your joystick. You're going to hit input, you're going to hit set keys, and you're basically just going to follow the prompts on here. So up, down, left, right, start, select, A, B, X, Y, left, right. So you're just literally pressing the buttons on your joypad to match the function that is showing you on the screen. So once that's done, your joystick is all set up. Go ahead and hit Alt Enter so you can maximize the window. You can go ahead and leave it at 4:3 aspect, which is the regular one, or you can change the settings in here. I'm going to do this to the custom 1920 by 1080 so it fills up the screen on the video. Okay, once you have the settings, so what you want as far as the resolution, you're going to double check and make sure that these options are on the D, the S, and the F, so you can get the filters, stretch, and then go full screen. So we're going to go ahead and set on here. Then once that's done, we're going to go ahead and click on set up here. Click again and we should get our window. And as you can see, everything went fine. So now what we want to do is go ahead and configure the filters. The best looking one, you can leave this all at default. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and leave it at default for the purposes of the video. But you can add, the options here if you did want to, but we're going to skip those for now. You do want to make sure VSync is on so there's no tearing when you're running the game. And we're going to go ahead and close this window now. Another rule of thumb, you might want to go in here periodically when you make changes. Hit miscellaneous and then save config. And now the emulators is set up right now. So we're going to go ahead and do a movie. So you're going to go ahead, and once you load game for the first time, it's going to, ask for you to tell it where the ROM is at. So it's in the default directory here, and you did create the ROMs folder. So you're going to click on that, click on the file right here, and then you should be able to load that from right here. So you're going to click on load. The game should start up for you. Now, this is a really cool feature with this one. Like I said, if you want to make videos, so to get that to go, you're going to go ahead and hit escape. Then you're going to hit over here to miscellaneous. You're going to hit on the movie option. You're going to go ahead and click, you want to make sure that this is on. This is basically telling you what slot, you're recording to. So you have up to 10 slots from 0 to 9. Do now because that, it's going to respond to when you do it like right off the bat. And then let's see, these are other little fancy features. And then you do want to do not switch mode. And you can leave the frame counter on if you're like testing and so forth. So it'll tell you, the frames per second you're hitting. But if you're sure that everything's working fine, you want that off so those numbers don't come out on your video. So what you're going to do, once you have that set up, you're going to hit play. Or actually, my bad, you're going to hit record. And you should get this message down here that says status recording. Now you can exit the game. The minute you exit the game, whenever you see the background moving, it is going to be capturing. Okay, so now as you can hear, you can see how it slowed down, and that's what I was mentioning to you earlier. If it does that, just hit tab and alt, and then you're going to tab right back in there, and it should keep the regular speed. So now you can go in here. We're just going to do this really quick to the end. Or you know what, not even that, because it's just going to take up more time than we need to. So I'm just going to record a little bit here. And then we're going to go ahead and hit escape again. We are going to go back to the miscellaneous and then movie option, and we're going to tell it to stop. Once you tell it to stop, you may have noticed that the word dumping comes highlighted here in white. So you're going to click on that. Now, the best one for YouTube would be this codec right here, X264 lossless, and then you want to leave that here. You want to make sure all of these are done. This is going to save you some space because it's going to compress the audio, and this will merge the audio with the video together. So you're going to want to go ahead and hit start. So it's going to do its little thing here. It does it fairly quick, so it may take a minute for this to complete. But you can go ahead and hit that, and you can actually see it as it's it's encoding the game. When it's doing this, you're not going to hear the sound, but it will play the movie with the sound when it's done. So it's basically just going through the video that we did a few seconds ago. So I'll do a stop and fast forward here. Okay, once it is finished doing the encoding of the movie for you, the game will start again, and there, if you want to, you can start recording from where you left off. So let's go ahead and we're going to verify that this worked. We can just go ahead and quickly exit the emulator by hitting Control or Alt F4. Close the emulator straight away. Now, when you go into the folder where the emulator is at, you're going to have a file that says merge. That is the name of your movie. So you might want to right click on that and just give it a name. Because because what it's going to do every time you make one, it is going to give it that same title merged. So you want to sure you make, you want to make sure you go in there and name that file so you don't overwrite it if you make another video. So we're just going to open this with a movie player. I'm going to do VLC media, open that up, and as you can see, there's your movie. We'll just fast forward through it there. So as you can see, it's cool because, like I said, this will save you a lot of space. It'll work way better on a on a computer that's not super modern. So if you have something a little bit lower end, you'll be able to do this and record movies. That way, you can show the movies to your friends. If you guys have competitions or whatever, and you want to prove what you have, you can actually have the movie of the how you got to a certain score in a certain game. Alright guys, I just did notice when I was playing the video that there was a slight stutter on that, even though it was VSync option was on. If that happens to you when you're either playing or recording the video, go ahead, and there is a option right next to the VSync that says triple buffering. Go ahead and also check that one, and it should sync everything up perfectly for you. So that's pretty much it for that. I may make another video a little bit later on how to get this set up a little bit more, on high-end systems. But as you can see, this does work well for making the movies. So this is the end of this one. Hope you guys have a great day. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.